Wisdom Delve.
Did you know that deep within your psyche, there exists an entity that influences you more than you realize? A hidden force. Do you truly believe that the decisions you make are your own? Do you think that the thoughts passing through your mind are solely yours, chosen with complete freedom and awareness? I urge you to think again. For within the depths of your unconscious, there exists an entity, hidden from your view. It is your shadow. The shadow is not an abstract or insignificant concept. It is a real and active force within you. This entity is real, and it controls you more than you understand. What you call free will is often nothing more than hidden forces from your unconscious, guiding you while remaining concealed behind the surface of your conscious thoughts. The shadow is a part of your psyche that has been rejected, suppressed, and driven deep into the unconscious. But this part does not disappear or vanish. It only grows stronger and more persistent the more it is repressed. As I have written in my work on the psychological aspects of the personal persona, the shadow is what you are unaware of. What is unconscious controls you. I have spent years studying the human psyche, and I can tell you, beneath the facade and the personality you show the world, beneath the mask you wear, there is a force that is far stronger and more hidden than you realize. This force cannot be ignored, for it contains your suppressed desires, your darkest fears, and aspects of yourself that you have been taught to fear. The more you repress it, the more it takes control. The real danger of the shadow is that it does not reveal itself. It acts in secret, influencing all your actions, thoughts, and desires. It hides behind your actions, your dreams, your habits, and even your relationships. When you avoid accepting it, you allow it to act as the puppet master of your life. As I have written, what you resist not only remains, but grows. The more you reject it, the more powerful it becomes, and soon it will dominate all your actions. You may ask yourself, why should I fear the shadow? Isn't it just a collection of my negative traits and impulses? Yes, in part, that is true. But the shadow is more than just a set of flaws. It is the very foundation of your unconscious forces, capable of manifesting in ways you cannot predict. Perhaps you've experienced it yourself. Moments when you find yourself doing things that feel alien to you, when your emotions take control, when you behave in ways that seem out of character. These moments are not accidental. The shadow is at work. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. What you call fate is often nothing more than the influence of your unconscious. The only way to free yourself from control of the shadow is to confront it directly. This is not easy. It is painful and it requires courage, but it is the only path to true self-awareness. So, how can one begin this confrontation? How can one face the powerful force hidden deep within? The first step is to bring the unconscious into consciousness. This begins with deep and honest reflection on the aspects of yourself that you tend to suppress. Pay attention to your emotional reactions, especially the intense ones. These are often signals pointing toward the shadow. As I have said, the shadow is hidden in every intense emotional reaction. When you react with anger, jealousy, or unusual fear, ask yourself, which part of me am I refusing to accept? Which part of me have I denied or rejected? The second method is to analyze your dreams. Your dreams have a direct connection to your unconscious. They reveal parts of your psyche that your conscious mind tries to avoid. Keep a dream journal and study your dreams. Pay attention to the symbols, characters, or themes that point to something you fear or have rejected about yourself. This process of decoding your dreams illuminates the contents of your shadow and brings them into consciousness. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. Facing the shadow is a process of radical honesty. It requires that you accept that you are not perfect. It asks you to embrace aspects of yourself that you may feel ashamed of: anger, jealousy, desires, that conflict with your ideals. But only through accepting these darker aspects can you reach wholeness. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This journey is not easy, but it is the only path to freedom. When you confront the shadow and integrate it within yourself, you will no longer be controlled by it, nor will you project it onto others. If you are not aware of your shadow, you will see it everywhere. When you accept your hidden aspects, you will be free from the cycle of seeing them reflected in others. The integration of the shadow is the process of true freedom. This freedom is not the absence of limitation, but the ability to make conscious choices and live in alignment with your true self. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Only in complete acceptance of oneself does true freedom manifest. This is a process of wholeness, the process of accepting both the light and the dark aspects of your being. And only when you accept both can you truly be free. The shadow is not your enemy, nor is it something to flee from. It is merely a part of you that has been driven into the unconscious, and nothing is too far from redemption. To know it, to embrace it, is to know yourself. And when you fully know yourself, you will no longer be controlled by the hidden forces of your psyche. Only then can you live freely. Thanks for being here. If something spoke to you, drop a thought below. More to come. Keep wondering.